Hey! Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone. This is your future fair potato, JustAPotato, and welcome to another video of Enigmatica 9 Expert. And today we are going to be getting echo shards and thus be able to in the near future, produce Motes of Pandemonium. In the last episode, we did everything related to our nether star processing. Basically, we have this small array of machines which allow us to produce nether stars passively. All of the process starts here in this pressurized reaction chamber in which we get hydrogen, which we combine with biofuel in order to get substrate. The substrate, we are sending it into this pressurized reaction chamber, which we can turn into nether stars by using gaseous source and blighted ichor. And of course we are level limiting this for now, but hopefully we can take out the level limiter in the future. In order to get blighted ichor, we went to the nether and we started farming blighted ichor from a wither. This is a very simple setup, so yes. Now in this episode I want to complete this side of the questing, so these 3 quests for the Ritual of Growth, Skulks and Echo Shards. So we need a lot of stuff for this stuff, and all of that is related to the Deep Dark. So in this episode, what we will be doing is looking first for a Deep Dark and a Deep Dark fortress or ancient city. I don't remember what was the name, in order to get some wardens. We will also be doing a small skulk farm and finally able to craft some echo shards, as well as get a bit into the craft of the Mote of Pandemonium by getting experience. So finding a way of crafting or well, better said, farming experience. But before all of that, I want to rest a bit of automation and stuff like that, and we will upgrade once more our armor. So we are here in the overworld, and I've been thinking, and before even doing everything that we need for the echo shards, I think it's time to get into some essence farming. For the echo shard, we will be needing Genius Loci, and for this we need to encant a Warden Tendril at level 80. And in order to get this infusion level 80, we actually need to encant some deep shelves with level 60. Our setup is already available to encant up to level 60 in this place. But yeah, I am running out of experience. So I need to farm, I need to get a way of farming experience. There are 2 ways we can farm experience. Or well, better said, there are 2 ways we can spawn mobs in order to farm experience. The first one is using mechanical dirt. This mechanical dirt will use liquid meat from the user for going and some energy in order to get mobs that spawns in the biome that it is located at. The problem with that is that most of the biomes, they will spawn spiders, and I don't want to kind of, you know, modify the farm in order to be able to either not spawn spiders, to make it so spiders can be transported. The other way we have to spawn mobs at this point of the game is through Spirit, the Spirit mod. We have these soul cages. We need to get 1 soul crystal and kill a lot of mobs of the same type, having the soul crystal equipped. And this soul crystal, we can use it on a soul cage to make a mob spawner. That's pretty much the idea. And that's what we are going to be doing, I think. Now there are also a lot of mobs that we can use for this purpose. What I'm thinking I'll be using are places. I think they can be quite easy to farm. And I think they are also the regular mob that drops the most orb experience, the more experience orbs in the game. I think and the place rods will also be a bit useful. So I think it is a good starting point. Now the way we want to spawn the mobs, in the way we want to transport the mob is through mechanical belts from create mod. I think it's going to be the best option. It will cause a bit of lag in our world, but I think it's the best way of transporting them. So we have this huge space to work with. The idea is that the spawner will be here, and you will asking why this big space. So with spirit mod, we can have, I think it was 3 different tiers of soul cages, and it will depend on how many spirits of the mob we have in the soul crystal. So the first tier will be like a regular spawner. We'll just spawn some mobs, and you have to be in range of the soul cage. Then the second tier is a bit better. You can be a bit more far from the cage, and you will spawn a bit more of mobs. What we want is the ultimate tier for the soul cage, which is basically spawn mobs at 11 blocks away from the spawner, and we'll spawn them in a quite a quick rate. I think it's around 500 and something spirits that we have to get into the crystal, but I don't think that will be a problem. And of course we will be using belts to transport them around the place into a small kill chamber. We are using the least amount of of energy that we can spend using a rotation speed controller, and that's because luckily these belts they are not really, they don't get really hard on the stress units. So we have this here, the same, a small source setup. We have here a modular router. In order to farm for experience, for liquefied experience, we will be using a modular router. As you can see, there are a lot of models. We have this energy distribution model that will distribute energy to both the Eldritch Engine and a teleporter that basically does the work of the aura management. We have this vacuum model. What this will do is all of the XP orbs that will be dropped by the places will be recollected, and using this vacuum model together with an XP vacuum document, we have 4 different kinds of experience that we can get. We can get bottle of encanting, nuggets of experience, memory essence, and essence buckets. I think I'll go for essence buckets from Industrial Foregoing, so that way we can get essence. And again, for the craft for the Mote of Pandemonium, it will accept any kind of experience. We could use bottle of encanting or nugget of experience, but for example, for nuggets of experience, in order to get the experience itself, we will have to extract it using either a heated basin in a mixer or in a magma crucible. And in order to get experience for myself, I want to kill them. I want to slay the places myself with a charm of ancient knowledge. Therefore, we will be crafting this and encanting this as much as we can. And the ancient knowledge potion, what basically does is it multiplies by a lot the amount of experience we get when killing mobs or destroying blocks that drops the experience. Now, this charm doesn't work if there is other entity like this fake player that kills the mob. It won't work. It will only work if we, the player, kill the mobs ourselves. So yeah, this mob farm will have 2 purposes: experience for myself and experience for the Mote of Pandemonium. Now, the way we are going to be killing the mobs, we are going to be using modular routers also. We are going to be using the activator model. This is set at attack nearby entity, and it is only set to attack to the front. And what I am thinking of is putting a mecha tool in the buffer, and together with this energy output model, it will use the mecha tool and also charge the mecha tool. Of course, I'll have to craft a second mecha tool, but there is not much problem with that. Now with the essence thing solved, now we can continue with the questline. Let's start with the ritual of growth. For this we will need some deep shelves, and for these ones we need the dormant version of the deep shelves. One, 2, 3, 4, 14, 15, and 16. 16 deep shelves. Now for progressing, we will be needing Genius Loci. There is a problem with Genius Loci, and is that we need a very low quantity of quanta in our enchanting arrangement. So between 15 and 25%. We will be needing 8 sculk shelves in total in order to get the Eterna at 40. However, as you can see, the quanta values are a bit higher, so we have to find a way of reducing the amount of quanta our enchanting arrangement has. How can we do this? We will be using Spirit Attuent crystals, but of course we have to get the sculk shelf first. So we actually already found a deep dark biome around our base. As you can see, there are weird noises. So let's just right click here, and we should have an ancient city around that place. A red spawner. How interesting. Oh! Or maybe not. I thought that was the signal for the warden to come. And I'll just keep collecting some sculk until the guy decides to come after me. Oh, there's it! Hello. Now, of course, the first thing we have to do is see how much damage... Uy. See how much damage does the warden do to us. Did you kill me? No, doesn't do me any damage. Oh, that's sad. I mean, I get some damage from its fear, I think, but yes, it's not that hard. That's a bit disappointing. That's a bit disappointing. I think with this is enough of tendrils. We need one for Genius Loci. And we only need one, not 8. Maybe we could do 8 refineries, right? But I suppose with one is going to be enough. And yes, we only need the school catalyst. Okay. That was unexpected. Where is the hole? I mean, now we have more than we actually need. So easy. So easy. Now, even though we are already finished with what we need in here, I want to see if we can get echo shards from this place, maybe. Oh, yes, I can get some echo shards. Okay, I can get some echo shards from loot. I want to grab some so I can do all of the crafting at once without having to get back into it. Oh wow, so many energy. Well, I think 8 echo shards will be enough for our needs, so we can go back. Okay, as you can see, we are on Arcana 100%, Quanta 75%, and Eterna 40%. So we have to reduce that Quanta at around 50%. And there is it. Now with this and some lapis, we get Genius Loci. Yes! So, there is a lot. There is a lot to do. We have to do the process of making echo shards. I'll not do the Skulk farm yet. I'll first try to do the echo shard setup. Especially because we have 4,000 and something Skulk blocks. So yeah, it's not that we really need to do a Skulk farm, right? And actually, will we ever need to do a Skulk farm? Maybe we really don't even need to do a Skulk farm. Maybe we can just do a 20-minute or 30-minute Skulk destruction farm. You know, go to ancient cities and just take every Skulk block we see. Because as you seen on our trip to the Deep Dark, it was quite quick. Yeah, we really didn't take more than... Well, really didn't take more than 10 or 20 minutes to do all of this stuff there. So yeah, I really don't think that we even need to do the Skulk farm. Especially because, we are kind of rushing all of the progress. But yeah, we will see. Maybe I do this Skulk farm off camera. Anyway, there is a lot of stuff to do. And actually, the first thing that we can do is request essence and a visa link into our main network. Now we should be getting essence and a visa link. Yes. Slowly, but we will be filling this up with all of the backlog of fluids that we have on the overworld. Now the first thing that we are going to be doing is Elysium. For this we need abyssaling and honey. So we need abyssaling in one side and honey on the other side. And if we put the Genius Loci as a catalyst, we should be getting Elysium. Very nice, very nice. Now what we can do is something very simple, because Elysium is really just used for the Echo Shard craft. We can directly input this. Somewhere. There. So Elysium we are inputting on the right. It seems that's the block that takes this thing. You're getting Elysium. And then on the same place we can export Skulk. And we are getting Echo Shards. Now because Echo Shards again is mainly only used on the process of making Pandemonium, we can use Echo Shards in order to duplicate enchanted books. I think this is duplicating enchanted books, and it is quite cheap. But yeah, I mean, I don't think we are going to ever need more enchanted books, so we can just directly input it into our pressurized chamber. And again, because first we are going to clean everything. So because we are using a entangled block, we need to make sure that the input is on the front. Now we can output on the back, and this should be here in our pressurized reaction chamber. Now on the right we are going to be inputting, where is it, Magicite. There is it. Now the last thing we need to do is hydrofluoric acid. As you could have seen already, I think. I have already passive, well, I changed a bit of how we do on our processing here stuff. So now here on our liquid sulfuric acid line, I'm also taking some sulfuric acid from this infuser here, which is level limited in here. This one has a redstone card, so it is only active whenever there is no redstone. This way we avoid overcrafting sulfuric acid that we may or may not be needing. Is sulfuric acid, so it is a gas. We are going to input on this side here. So we input sulfuric acid. Nice. Now we also want to add a capacity card in here, so we can request fluoride. There's it. And we should be getting hydrofluoric acid. My English. Now, where are we doing hydrofluoric acid? If we come to our Amethyst Golem site, I've recently made a small chamber for hydrofluoric acid, this place. Now this is going to take some time to build up, but yeah, we have a place for hydrofluoric acid for curated clusters. Now this hydrofluoric acid, we are also going to be using entangled blocks. This is a gas, I suppose. So we are going to entangle it directly into this pressurized chamber. Maybe. There is it. Okay, on the back. Yeah, this works a bit weird. But with this we get Pandemonium. Now this is not producing quick enough. So I think I'll uninstall some. Yes, I'll be uninstalling these speed upgrades I put in this. And it's not keeping up. This is so slow. You know, like this is keeping up, but we are consuming just so much energy. Okay, like this is enough. And with this we should have a... yes, quite a constant supply of Pandemonium. Now the problem for us will be hydrofluoric acid. In the meantime, we will be suffering a bit of this while we build some fluoride. And yes, I think forget what I said about just going and mining some skulk. I think we will need to do a skulk farm. I mean, it will all depend. It will all depend on how fast I can rush in the end game. Yeah, maybe I'll do off camera the skulk farm. Let me grab one aqua shard. There is it. And oh, we are very near of we are very near of getting the Mote of Pandemonium. I mean, we can do it. We could do it right now if we want to. So I think I'll do Motes of Pandemonium in request for now. I think that's going to be a good play. That we get Motes of Pandemonium in request. So what we can do is do something like this. We can do it on the pack. What we can do is grab gases. We can do input-output on the back. And this way we are getting Pandemonium into our system. Now if that's the case, then we also want to level emit this. Especially because it is quite an expensive resource for now. So until we manage to get a school farm going and a constant supply of fluoride, I'll just do this stuff on request and I'll level emit this at 32 buckets. Maybe I'll keep this on level emit. Maybe not. We don't know. Let's do it here. Just in here. Now what we will do is... let me think of it. So, I will be thinking on the... how do you say it? I'll be thinking on the run. So, we can input essence. Yes. We can input nether stars. Yes. And what we will doing is for the craft of Mote of Pandemonium, we will be requesting based on Pandemonium. So let's grab our site config. Pandemonium is a gas. So we want to actually put the input and output on the bottom. We can do this and we can only request a Pandemonium. And let's put the pattern in this pattern provider. And this should be all. This should be all that we need. Let's level emit this at 16 pieces, at 16 buckets. How many buckets of Pandemonium do I have? I have 30. Okay, so let's try and request 16 modes of Pandem. I don't know if you are hearing that, but oh yeah, it's a storm in the real life. Anyway, 16 modes of Pandemonium. Items we also need to check in the bottom. And that's how we are getting our modes of Pandemonium. Oh, I'm so excited. 16 modes of Pandemonium. Look at that. Look at that. Should we do some nitro crystals as well? I mean, we have the mods, right? Let's craft 16 more. In the meantime. This is crazy. Nitro. Look at that. Just look at what we are crafting right now. Just look at that. It is so crazy. I cannot believe it. I just cannot believe this. There is it. Let's do some upgrades. I mean, now that we can. It's so crazy. Let's upgrade our layer transmitter. This pulsating crystal is crying for help. Let's give this one a friend. And look at that. Look at that. Oh, I'm so happy. We ran out of skulk, so we will need to do a skulk farm, which I'll do off camera. I'll have it ready for the next episode, so I'll just explain everything on the next episode. But look at this. Look at that. Modes of Pandemonium. This is crazy. I was actually thinking of doing the modes of Pandemonium on the next episode, together with all of the stuff for the next stage of the Tree of Life. But yeah, I mean, it is done. It is done. And on the next episode, we will be doing the stage 3 of the Tree of Life. This is going to be quite an expensive, a very expensive craft. And maybe we can do the super critical phase shifter. Though this is going to be quite a huge multi-block. Oh, supreme machine frames. This is going to be quite quite another expensive episode. Yeah, no, I don't think next episode we will be doing that. Next episode we will make sure that all of our infrastructure is ready for the next stage, as well as advancing to the next stage. So yeah, that means that means getting enough echo shards production, maybe speeding up this nether star line, and yeah, a bunch more stuff. Maybe I don't know. Maybe we do enter into into the supercritical phase shifter thing. Yes, I think we will do that. Of course, the energy input is 1 million FE per tick. But maybe we can do this. Yeah. And so we get Ethereum already. Yeah, I think it's going to be a good idea to start doing stuff with Ethereum. So yeah, next episode we will enter into the next tier of the Tree of Life, and we will be getting our first drops of Ethereum, hopefully. I'm sorry this episode came up a bit later than normally. this week has been a bit busy, but hopefully in this week I retake the regular upload schedule, so a video each 2 or 3 days. Well, it depends on on how many problems I encounter during all of the Ethereum craft. But anyway, this is everything for this episode. And what do I normally say? Yes, thank you for watching. And if you're still here, as always, hope you have a better day, because it can always be better. And I'll see you on the next episode. Bye.